Good morning, children of Standard 5. Today in Science, we are going to read Chapter 9 Skeletal System. So, first of all, we should know what is skeletal system. So, the skeletal system it forms the basic framework of the body and is made up of bones. As you can see in this picture, the bones and these bones they have been formed like a frame and this forms the skeletal system. So skeletal system it is the framework of bone that provides support to our body. Now this skeletal system it protects the internal organs also from injuries. Now see how does the skeletal system it help us? So the main job of the skeleton is to provide support for our body. So the main work of this skeleton or the skeletal system is to provide support to our body, and then your skeleton also helps your internal organs and fragile tissues, also helps protect your internal organs and fragile body tissues. So in this picture we see that the internal organ like brain it is protected by the skull which is a part of a skeletal system. Then lungs protected by the ribs that also as a part of the skeletal system, that is the rib cage. Then heart it is located between the lungs, and they are protected by the ribs or the rib cage. The spinal cord it is protected by the backbone. We will read about the spinal cord in detail. Now the liver is protected by the ribs. The liver also protected by the ribs. So we have seen the internal organs, they are protected by the skeleton. Now bones provide the structure for muscles to attach so that our bodies are able to move. So bones along with the muscles, they allow our body to move. Then our bones have red bone marrow that makes blood cells. So in the bone there is red bone marrow. Our bone is hollow and inside that we have red bone marrow and that make blood cells. And blood cells are of three types: RBC, WBC and platelets. And all are important for the proper functioning of the body. Now our body would not have a structure or form without the skeleton or body's internal framework. So, if there was no skeleton or there was no framework, then our body it would not have a structure. Without this, then now the bones, they are also the storehouse of minerals like calcium and phosphorus. In the bone there calcium, phosphorus, then sodium, minerals, the minerals and the collagen, and these bones are the storehouse of these minerals. So it is said that we should take calcium in a more amount so that our bones they be strong. Now then in the next, see a baby. The human body has more than 270 bones at birth. So the baby, we see that it has 270 bones at the time of the birth. And afterwards, what happens? As one grows up, many of these bones fuse together and thus reduce to 206 bones in an adult. So as the child grows up, then what happens? Many bones out of these 270, many bones they attach together or fuse together and this 270 reduces to 206 in number. So the bones in the baby is 270 and of adult it is 206. Then now Parts of the skeletal system. We are going to read about the different parts of the skeletal system like the skull, rib cage, spine, which is also called the backbone, then limbs and the girdles. We'll read about them one by one. Now first of all, we'll deal with the skull. Now, skull, it is a bony structure that forms the head. So skull, it is made up of bones and that makes the head. It supports the structures of the face and provides a protective cavity for the brain. So in this, it supports the structures of the face and provides a protective cavity for the brain. So in this, we can see that inside the skull there is brain. Okay, as you can see here, it houses and protects the brain. That means inside the skull there is brain, and this skull, it acts as a protective cavity for the brain and supports the structure of the face. So this structure of the face, it is also protected by the skull. So we will see the skull is composed of two parts, the cranium and the mandible. So the skull, it is made up of two parts, the cranium and the mandible. Let us see. Now the skull is made up of 22 bones. So this skull, it is made up of 22 bones. There are typically 8 cranial bones and 14 facial bones. So in this, there are 8 cranial bones and 14 facial bones. So skull, it is made up of two parts. Then 8 bones join together to form the cranium and are called cranial bones. So here we see the 8 cranial bones, they have joined together. One is frontal, then sphenoid, then ethmoid, parietal, temporal, occipital. Ethmoid, it separates the facial bones from the cranial bones. Then we have remaining 14 bones give you your facial features and protect the sense organs like eyes, nose, tongue, and are called facial bones. So the remaining 14 of the bones, what they do? They are called the facial bones and they protect our eyes, nose, tongue. As you can see, these 14 bones are the facial bones. Nasal, lacrimal, then inferior nasal concha, maxilla, mandible, palatine, then zygomatic, vomer. These all are 14 facial bones. So 2 maxilla, 1 mandible. You can see the mandible, it is the biggest and the strongest bone of the face. Then the lower jaw, mandible. So the lower jaw, the mandible, what it does? It supports the bottom row of the teeth. The bottom row of the teeth and gives shape to the lower face and chin. So downside, the lower jaw, that is also called the mandible, and what it does? It is having the lower bottom row of the teeth and it gives shape to the lower face and chin. This is the largest and strongest bone of the face. Then it moves as the mouth opens and closes. So when we open our mouth and close, then what moves? This down lower part of the face or the lower jaw moves, and that is the largest and strongest bone of the face. The upper jaw, maxilla, holds the upper teeth. So upper jaw is called the maxilla and it has the upper teeth and shapes the middle of the face and supports the nose. So on the upper part, we have the nose and that is supported by the maxilla. Then the upper and lower jawbone holds the teeth and helps you bite and crush food. So we see the upper jaw and the lower jaw. So what it does, what it helps in, it helps to bite and crush food. So then Now rib cage. So this is a rib cage. It is a cage-like bony structure that protects our heart and the lungs. So inside this rib cage, we have heart and lungs, and that is protected by the rib cage. The top 7 pairs of ribs are attached to the breastbone or sternum. So this is the breastbone or the sternum, and the 7 pairs of ribs. So there are 12 pairs of ribs. So in that we have 7 pairs of ribs, and they are attached to the breastbone or sternum. So a long bone at the center of the chest is called the sternum, and it holds the ribs at its place. Then the 3 pairs of ribs below them are attached together and then join the sternum. So here we see the 3 pairs of ribs. Okay, the 3 pairs of ribs, they are attached together and they are joining the sternum. Then, and all these are called the true ribs. The last two ribs are called floating ribs, as they are not joined to the sternum. So the last 2 ribs, they are called the floating ribs, because they are not attached to the sternum. So last 2 pairs of ribs are not attached to the sternum, and they are called the floating ribs. Then the rib cage has 12 pairs of ribs attached to the vertebrae. So backside you can see the vertebrae. So all the 3 cages, the rib cage, it has 12 pairs of ribs, as we have done about all the 12 pairs of ribs, and they are attached to the vertebrae. Now this is the backbone or spine. So the backbone or spine, it is made up of 33 bones called the vertebrae. So this is the vertebrae and is joined to the skull. So this vertebrae, it is joined to the skull. Let us see. Now see, this is the vertebrae joining to the skull. So the vertebral column offers protection to the delicate spinal cord. So what is the function of this vertebral column? The function is to protect the spinal cord, which is very delicate. But now we will see about that. What is the spinal cord? The spinal cord, which is protected by the backbone, what it is? The spinal cord, it is a long, fragile, tube-like structure that begins at the end of the brain stem. So you can see the spinal cord, it starts from the brain of the stem, end of the brain, downside. See here, from here, this side we can see the spinal cord, it started and continues almost down of the spine, and it is continuing downside of almost to the bottom of the spine. The spinal cord consists of nerves. So it has nerves, nerve roots. You can see different types of nerves that carry incoming and outgoing messages between the brain and rest of the body. So what is the function of these nerves? These nerves, they carry messages. So when there is any kind of message, then the brain wants to give to the body, then it is passed from up to down, and the body, if it has to give any message to the brain, then through up, it passes from down to upside to the brain, and that is done through the spinal cord, which has different types of nerves in it. Then, so the spinal cord, it should be protected very nicely. Then, so the vertebral column offers protection to the delicate spinal cord. This vertebral column, this does the work of protection of the delicate spinal cord. Now, the spine is a flexible part of the body that facilitates twisting and bending of our back in different directions. So, due to this spine, our body it is able to bend and twist, and we are able to maintain balance and stand straight also. So, let us see the function of the skeletal system once more. The skeletal system, what it is? It is a group of bones that has 6 major functions. The first being to support the body's weight and protect the organs. Then to move around, the skeletal muscles push and pull the bones with connecting ligaments. And for much needed rotation to work, they have done this. The development of red and white cells takes place in the marrow of the bones. Then the skeleton also stores nutrients like calcium and iron. Lastly, bone cells help determine how much insulin your body produces. So this is also determined by the bones. That bone cells, that how much insulin should be made by the body. Now see what is bone marrow. This bone marrow, it is the soft spongy tissue that fills the cores of the larger bones. So the bones, they are hollow. Inside that, what do we have? We have bone marrow. Okay, and that is spongy, soft and spongy tissue. Then what is the function? It serves as an active function. In the body by producing all 3 types of cells. So all the 3 types of cells are produced in the bone marrow, like RBC, WBC, and platelets, as well as lymphocyte, which support the immune system. That is necessary for the proper functioning of the body. Our immune power should be strong. Then numerous blood cells are produced in the bone marrow every day. So that is the function of the bone marrow. So thank you for your attention, everyone. Do well, work hard, read the chapter nicely.